So Pisces, your week commencing the 9th of February forecast on the screen, your event chart. Your two rulers, Jupiter continues to retrograde through to the 11th of March, but it is in the 5th house, which can be very creative. And one of your great gifts is being very expressive, whether it is through the arts, whether it is through music, performance, making and creating. Those things can continue to shine, and particularly because Venus, the relator but also the planet of aesthetics, joins you on Tuesday, but not before it clashes with Uranus on Monday, as it did towards the end of last week along with Mercury. Something could come into your mind. It may be there's a conversation that's a little unsettling this week, and it's because also on Monday there is a square between first Mars and then the Sun and the Moon. And the Moon's in the part of your situation where you're determined to say how you feel and be very authentic in terms of your personal emotional truth. But the energy in Aquarius has been very sheltered, very psychological, may have seen you feel a little isolated recently, or perhaps even somewhat more fearful, and those energies can be amped up. But the arrival of Venus in your sign on Tuesday is wonderful. It can restore confidence, particularly in your personal attractiveness. If you do want to make some tweaks to your presentation, a great time to do so over the next few weeks. But also Mercury merges with the North Node at the heart of this week, and something you've been drawn towards over the last 18 months can pick up pace in terms of your thinking and communication. But at the end of the week, Saturn does move out of your sign, where it's mainly been for the last couple of years, and that hasn't been easy, because Saturn in the first house is the identity, but also it can be our ego, and Saturn can be quite punishing and unforgiving. So if at times you haven't felt your most confident, wouldn't be a surprise. But what you have been doing probably is simplifying your life and focusing on what's really important, and you can start to get the reward with Saturn moving back into your second house if you've really put the effort in, the perspiration and the application. But still, by the end of the week, it's the Sun's turn to clash with stormy Uranus. Uranus broadly over the last 7 years has given you an opportunity to showcase your brilliance. And there may have been loads of times when your ideas, your forward thinking and innovation have really surprised people, such as have they been so impressive. But it can also be a restless energy, and your nervous system at times may have been a bit over aroused. So there may be something that's been hidden away, or you've not been sharing, perhaps even a worry or a frustration with someone close to you. You could find yourself being much more outspoken as this week draws to a close, particularly if you feel that someone's respect for your values, your worth, isn't coming up to the mark, and good for you if so. But with the Sun arriving in your sign next week, you've got a lot to look forward to for the rest of February. But this is a week which really can start to evoke within you a new beginning around certain relationships. And if you have been grieving an old tie, even if it's very historical, it wouldn't be a surprise because of Venus in the 12th house, but now you move more into the moment. Even if an existing relationship hasn't ended, you'll feel more progressive about it as this week goes on. Please join me at my new website at patrickarundel.com. We've got so much deep content to share with you. I do feel that some of the big astrology portals are rather generic. Ours comes very much from the heart. There's a sole purpose to what me, my wife and our team do, and I feel that really shows up in a powerful way. So please join us at patrickarundel.com.